Hello, I am Q Bensis, and welcome to regular radio live from Your Couch Sessions. I'm excited to be here today. I've got a few songs to play you, and I'm going to debut my newest song. But to start, I'm going to play a little number about being an artist in a world where not everyone's an artist, and some people are a lot more organized and straight. Somehow we meet in the middle. You're always up and out by 9. You've always got your ducks in a line. But I lead a little bit more of an artistic life. Yeah, you always got your shirt pressed nice. Your lunch is done, it's cut in slices. But I'm lying on my back looking at clouds in the sky. 'Cause you and me say we do about everything differently, but somehow in the middle we meet. 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 You've got a dream, you're gonna get there soon. I'm gonna have a nap this afternoon, yeah, 'cause I got dreams, one or two. I just don't know which one I'll choose, and I'm always asking you for socks. You say, sure, you've got lots, 'cause I'm always staying at your place. Other places, a mate's place, 'cause you and me say we do about everything differently, but somehow in the middle we meet. 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 'Cause you love things that I don't, baby. I like things that drive you crazy, and I try to talk sweet. You call me obscene, I got 4 wheels, you got 2. I wake early, you hit snooze. You never make a bed, I'm always caught in your sheets. But somehow in the middle we meet. 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 So there you go, an artist living in a straight world. I managed to find some freaks to surround myself with, but otherwise you just gotta not let it get you down. So the next song I'm going to write, next song I'm going to play, obviously I've written it, is another struggle that we all go through, and this is a love song, funnily enough. Not all love goes right. Yeah. And I think I've put it in the nicest way I can. It's called Bad Batch. You might hear something different. I got a bad batch, oh, of your love. I got a bad batch, of your love. Oh, you said it'd be fine, I drank it like wine, I took all the time I could, and think of Marie, and I couldn't see you. Said it just like it should. You bound my eyes, said you were a surprise, took me to a cliff and pushed. And when I hit ground, I turned around, and that's when I knew I got a bad batch, oh, of your love. I got a bad batch, oh, of your love. Bad batch of your love. Bad batch be fun. I drank it like wine. I took all the time I could, and things were blurry, and I couldn't see. You said it just like it should. You bound my eyes, said you were a surprise, took me to a cliff and pushed. And when I hit ground, I turned around, and that's when I knew I got a bad batch. Of your love. I got a bad batch of your love. Bad batch of your love. Bad batch of your love. See, I was nice as I could be about that situation. So I've got a couple more songs that I'm going to play, and they're not as lighthearted as those two were. Obviously, living in Australia, we have a long history here of sweeping things under the carpet. And that started from the day that the first fleet arrived, and we pretended like there wasn't anybody else here, and we claimed stake in this beautiful country. But there was people here, and we have been sharing it since that time. Not fairly, though. We haven't shared it fairly at all. I recommend, if anyone has never done any research into Australia's Indigenous history, that you read Blood on the Wattle. It'll give you a detailed account of all the massacres that have happened all over Australia. And people might think that this is some ancient history and that we should just get over this, but I spent a lot of time in Central Australia, and the white man didn't get out there till the late 30s, and the massacres were still happening during this lifetime for a lot of people. So it isn't history, it's current, and the pain is current as well. So there's a lot of Indigenous people living in Australia, and a lot of them live in such remote areas that we never get to hear their story. And of course, if you're white, you're not allowed to enter these communities. We got to ask ourselves, why is that? Why have we herded these people who are from different family groups, who sometimes were never meant to be together? They've been warring for a long time, and they were herded together and called a community. So they've had to overcome a lot of obstacles within themselves, as well as the obstacles of what the white man expectations that have been placed on them have been. Now, I have been fortunate enough to work in Aboriginal communities all through Central Australia. I've seen most of them. I've stayed in most of them. And they're third world conditions. You can take a photo and you can tell someone that's Syria, and they'll probably believe you. It's some of the worst conditions you'll see anywhere in the world. And why is this? Well, as an easy explanation, it's because it's so easy for the government to hide. It's so easy to make out that these people are second-rate citizens when it's a complete lie. They're beautiful people, and they've been brainwashed a lot of the time by these lies that the government tells us. In fact, I would like to compare the Australian government to the Chinese government and the treatment of the Tibetans. The Tibetan people have been herded into communities, and they are suffering from extreme depression. Their lifestyles have changed dramatically. And I wouldn't separate Australia's actions from the Chinese. I'd say it's probably the worst treatment the world could see. So that's how we treat our Indigenous people. And our recognition needs to go to the fact that it was Reconciliation Week, just last week. And I think we use a lot of tokens when there's not a lot of real action. So I have written a couple of songs about my time spent with the Indigenous in these communities that are hidden so far away, that are suffering from the expectations of the white man. And I'd like to give power to those people because I have ultimate respect for them. They are magical. They hold a lot of magic that we could learn a lot from. Very, very clever. A lot of them are speaking at least 5 different languages before English. Very, very smart people, and they've been treated with a lack of respect, and it's time for that to end. So this one is for them. And this was written when I lived in Alice Springs and I was working in all the Indigenous communities out there. I don't want your TV. I'm not going to buy electricity. I won't be living in your city. No, 'cause you don't have power over me. I'm not going to sit in this box you put me in. I won't run and hide from this situation. It can't be denied. There'll be times of struggling, but you won't have power over me. 'Cause I never sat still in school. They put me out. I wouldn't play their rules. They told me that they had the power. I won't suffer fools. They say I needed them, but I know I can choose. They say I needed them, but I'm not afraid to lose. They say I needed them, but check out this big bruise. Oh, I don't need them or their abuse. 'Cause you don't have power over me. Oh, you don't have power over me. Oh, you don't have power over me. My friends, I love you dearly. Through our eyes we see clearly. Won't be blinded by your TV or the crap you try to sell me. 'Cause we're holding on to integrity, not going about it sheepishly. I'll never sit in the box you want me. Doesn't matter if you start to beg me, and I'll grab hands of passers-by and I'll direct their eyes towards the light, and I'll hold their hands as they start to cry, as they realize they've been blinded. And you don't have power over me. No, you don't have power over me. Oh, you don't have power over me. So that's to all my Aboriginal brothers and sisters. The government does not have power over you. Take back the power. I have been working on this direction that I want to go in with my music. I've written a lot of songs in my time. Used to do a lot of comedy. I used to do whole improvised sets where I would just improvise for what was going on in the audience. And that was great, and the audiences loved it. But I feel like I've got a strong voice and I want to use it. And my time spent in Central Australia seeing the injustice of what the Australian government is currently doing to the Indigenous people has spurred me to focus my songwriting into speaking out and calling out the truth about what's happening. So I've written this new song. This is a debut. I've never played it in public before, so I'm really excited to share it. I get really emotional when I play this, so expect mistakes, because I might even have to stop, have a tear, and keep going. And I think if you went out and spent time, even if you just went out to Central Australia, which not many Australians do, highly recommend it, that you would get emotional too if you knew what was happening out there. I'm just going to grab a drink of water. If I can get some water, that'd be great while I get it ready for this one. Thank you very much. Thanks. So this song, I think even the title is provocative. I like it. This is quite specific about what I'm here to say, and I want to support the cause as much as I can. It's called The Australian White Lie. Do you want to hear the lies that we tell? These are the lies we tell ourselves. This is the Australian white lie. Do you want to hear the lies that we tell? These are the lies we tell ourselves. This is the Australian white lie. For 200 years the white men maintained they were the only ones here when they came. There was nobody here before. There's never been an Australian civil war. Do you want to hear the lies that we tell? These are the lies we tell ourselves. This is the Australian white lie. Do you want to hear the lies that we tell? Oh, these are the lies we tell ourselves. This is the Australian white lie. Oh, look what we got. Oh, look what we got. It's a big, big empty land with no one around us. I declare this terra nullius, this big, big empty land. But what was that, James? Someone's lighting fires. I see flames. Now they've come out and greeted us. This isn't terra nullius. No, this is occupied land. Oh, this is occupied land, stolen by Cook and his men. Well, it's time we gave it back. It's time we gave it back to them. For years we treated them just like sheep. We stole their children and their land we keep. We shuffled them off to communities which the government hides and no one can see. But with no treaty ever written up, technically you still own the lot. I encourage the entire mob to get up and say what is what. That this is occupied land. Yeah, this is occupied land, stolen by Cook and his men. Well, it's time we gave it back. It's time we gave it back. 'Cause this is occupied land. Oh, this is occupied land, stolen by the crown. They've got blood on their hands. It's occupied. This is occupied. This is occupied land. still yours. Storm Parliament, occupy the floor. Take it back, it's still yours. Storm Parliament, occupy the floor. Yeah, take it back, take it back. It's still yours, it's still yours. Storm Parliament, occupy the floor. And tell them that this is occupied land. Yeah, this is occupied land. Stolen by the crown, they've got blood on their hands. It's time you take it back. It's time we gave it back to them. So that's my words of encouragement for all the Indigenous in Australia. It's still yours. There's no treaty. Take it back. Take it in your hands. And yeah, do what you like. It's yours. So that's my brand new song. And that is my set for today. I am really thankful to Regular Radio for having me here for the live at your couch sessions. Really cool idea. Love the studio. Love it all. So glad that I was invited. Very privileged. And I hope you have a really good night. Thanks for joining us here. All right. See you later.